Hello and welcome to Indian Sports Weekly here. I am your host, AJ Ganger. Today we are with our softball team. We're going to let the two ladies introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about the positions you guys play.
My name is Reagan Tubes, and I play shortstop, which is in between second and third.
I'm Kenzie Anderson. I play center field.
Now, Kenzie, you are obviously 4 years in softball as well. How has your 4 years gone for you would say?
Pretty good. I mean, we missed out on our sophomore year, so that kind of sucked, but...
Has it been any differences coming back from the pandemic? Or is it kind of just business as usual, you think?
It's the same.
Yeah. Reagan, what about you? You're a three-sport varsity athlete here at Piqua as well. Probably don't have time to do anything at all besides play sports and do your homework, right?
Yeah, it's a pretty tight schedule, but I've gotten used to it, so it works for me.
How have you guys both thought that the team is doing so far this season? We're getting towards the end of the year. I think this is the last week of the regular season before tournament play. So talk a little bit about how the season has gone as a team.
As a team, I think we started off really good, and there's some stuff that we need to start working on. We've been facing some tough teams lately, so we've been challenged and faced some adversity. So I think we got some stuff to work on.
How about you, Kenzie?
I think we're getting to that point in the season where we really got to push through and put our mind on the game. And I feel like we're getting to that point where we're not always connected like we need to be.
What has been some of the goals you've been striving to achieve so far this season?
As a team?
As a team.
To win the close games, like win the tough teams. We know we're going to beat like the little games, but like the bigger games that like are close, we know we need to beat those, and that's
kind of
our
like
goals.
the Fairborn and stuff like that. Yeah. What about you, Ray?
Like goals as a team?
Mm-hmm.
Like Kenzie said, Coach always talks about making those routine plays, and that really makes the difference between like when a game comes down to the line, those routine plays really start to add up. So I think as a team, just being like cohesive and making sure we do the routine plays.
Now, both of you, favorite memories from the last 4 years. What has been your favorite softball memory from the last 4 years?
Gosh, there's a lot, but probably like the practice that we did, like crazy stuff. We tried to do like a slip and slide in the rain. It was like a really muddy practice, and so we got dirty. We threw some eggs, I think, ruined some uniforms, but that was pretty fun.
What about you, Kenzie?
I think my favorite was beating Xenia in overtime this year, and
Overtime? There's no overtime in softball. It's extra innings.
extra innings. And then beating Vandalia my freshman year. That was really cool.
What has been one goal that you've wanted to accomplish as an individual so far that you have accomplished this season?
That we have accomplished?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I know you're close to one goal, which is 10 dingers. How many dingers do you have right now?
Well, Leanna Michael set that goal for me, but honestly, my goal has just been to beat last year, so I'm kind of where I'm at from last year, so really just trying to get one more is my goal.
A few more.
Yeah.
What is one last thing that you're looking forward to here when it comes to the end?
Like the end of the season, I'm really just trying to like cherish like the last moments on the field, and like just remember what it feels like. So just really like taking things in, I guess, is what I'm looking forward to.
What about you, Kenzie? What's one more thing you're looking forward to?
I'm looking forward just to like getting up to bat and having a great hit again. Like, I don't know, the feeling of just having a good hit's amazing. So,
Well, ladies, we thank you very much for joining us today. We'll be right back here on Indian Sports Weekly with the head softball coach, Coach Campbell, when we come back. Welcome back to our softball edition of Indian Sports Weekly. Joining me now is head coach Campbell for the ladies Indian softball team. Coach, thanks for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Talk a little bit about how the season has gone for you guys this year. Is it better than last, or is it about the same, you would say?
This season has been a season of highs and a season of lows. We took a team trip to Tennessee, learned a lot, had a pretty good tournament there. We went 2-3 against some of the better teams in the state of Tennessee, and we came back and we kind of went on a roll. We were playing really well. We were 12-4 at one point. Now we're getting towards the end of the season, and we knew it was going to be a tough grind. We're playing the better teams in the conference, the Troys, the Greenvilles, Butlers, and it's been a little bit of a struggle here down the stretch, but excuse me, but we're still working hard, trying to get better each and every game and trying to strive towards doing better in postseason, which starts on Monday.
Now, you guys only have 3 seniors this year, so you're still going to be bringing back a lot of talent come next season. Talk a little bit about how the seniors this year have affected the team and what you're going to miss about them next year.
The senior group I have has been phenomenal. Kinsey has been a leader in the outfield. We've had Reagan has been the leader in the infield, and Ashlyn Kappas has been our leader in the dugout. They all kind of joke as she's the team mom, keeping everyone up and accountable. So we're really going to, in addition to their play and their ability on the field, we're really going to miss their leadership. I've tried to mentor a couple of the juniors to kind of latch on to Kinsey and Ashlyn and Reagan so they can learn some of those leadership roles to kind of carry us into next year.
Now, the weather really hasn't cooperated that much when it comes to this springtime. It's been a lot of rain and cold. What kind of a challenge has that been for you guys this year?
It's always tough to play when it's cold. It affects so much. It affects the grip on the softball. It affects the stinging when you're hitting the ball. There's a lot of it that affects you mentally, but it does affect both teams equally. So it's one of those things that you just have to adapt and try to play through and get better and stronger through it.
Now, this is the last week of the regular season, Coach. What are you looking for this team to do?
Well, we play Troy 2 more games, our final 2 games of the season. Troy's having an exceptional season. We played them very well last year, so I'm really looking for us to compete with them again this year. Hopefully we can sweep them, but I would probably be happy with the split and look to kind of build our confidence and kind of get on a positive roll when we head into postseason on Monday.
What has been some of your goals coming into the season for this team?
Continual growth is one. We had set some team goals of batting averages and team wins, and we're pretty close on most of those. But the biggest thing I want to see these girls do is learn to be true leaders. Softball field is important, but to be true leaders as they go on to into the afterworld of softball, when they go to college or they go into their careers and they go into their jobs. And I'm really seeing a lot of growth, especially out of my juniors and seniors transitioning into that.
That's one of the things about coaching that I loved, was seeing the kids grow up over time, and now they're in high school and they're getting ready to move on to their next step. That's always been the best part about coaching.
Yep.
Well, Coach, thank you very much for taking the time to be with us here on the Indian Sports Weekly Show. We wish you luck the rest of the season as well.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you having me.
We will see you next time on the Indian Sports Weekly Show right here on the Indian Nation Station.